So what's up, man?
Coolin', man.
You know what I want to hear, right?
What you want to hear?
Baby!
Yo! Welcome to another episode of the Buffet Boys. Episode 60. We back in the building. You know what it is. Shout out to the UML network. Shout out to the new Ruckus Radio fam. You know who it is. It's your boy Eb, the Salvadoran sensation, La Semilla de Marañón. And as always with me, it's my main man, 100 Grand, the Hotep hustler himself. Mr. Mexico. Mr. Stole Your Girl gave it right back. The Dutch Dynamo, Post Malone's #1 fan. You know I'm best as Vic. What's poppin', Vic?
Yo, man, I'm getting really sick of this Post Malone bullshit, dog.
That's your man, dog. That is your man. That you hold in his pocket forever.
Whatever, dog.
Forever.
Whatever.
Him, Sammy Sosa, and Jimmy Fallon. You're holding all three pockets.
Yeah, dog. I love Sammy Sosa. So the fuck what, dog?
Nothing, dog. You can continue to rock with it. Why are you getting upset? Why are you getting mad?
Cause you.
Ah, dog.
You.
All right. Let his dick go, dog. Let him go pee by himself. Stop fucking.
Wow. Wow.
You gotta shake it from
all right,
every
dog.
single time, dog.
All right, dog. Stop holding Eminem's pocket, then, dog. Stop holding Eminem and Drake's pocket, dog.
All right, Vic. I think you would be more clever than to use my own joke against me, Vic. But hey,
that's true, dog.
I guess I'm wrong.
Now you're using my own joke against me, dog. I can't. Dog.
I guess I thought too highly of you.
Well, man, hey, some shit has been going on this week.
That's right, absolutely.
And we talked about some of this stuff, but Eb, something happened yesterday coming out of the gym with my brother.
Okay.
And I was like, shit, this is content right here. So we're coming out of the gym, and we noticed this really nice like El Camino backing into a spot, and my brother looks over and he's like, wait a second, I know this guy. He's from Pasadena. So we kind of wait till he parks. He comes out, introduces himself. He's like, hey, I'm so and so. I don't really remember his name, so we'll just pretend like, you know, we're keeping it private.
Gustavo. But I say his name is Gustavo.
Nah, it's cool. It's not important. But anyway, so the guy's telling us, he's like, hey, this is my brother's like, hey, this is a nice car. And the guy's like, yeah, you know, my neighbor, I bought it off my neighbor for like 7 G's. Damn. I really like it, you know. And he's like, oh, so how'd you get it? He's like, oh, you know, my neighbor got sick. He got cancer.
God damn, and, why are we talking about this?
Wait. I'll tell you why. Hold on. It gets interesting. Hold on.
You know I thought I had fucking neck cancer, dog, all weekend. Now you can talk about this shit.
Throat cancer,
dog. All right, go ahead, man. Continue.
Anyway, so the guy's like, you know, he's like, yeah, my neighbor had cancer. He told it to me, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, okay, and my brother and him are chopping it up for a second, and then right before we leave, he's like, yeah, you know, it's a blessing. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of blessing? What kind of blessing includes another person getting cancer?
Listen, God,
the fuck?
God bestows many blessings upon you, and they come in many different forms, Vic. So you can't question how God delivers a fucking blessing to you. Okay, just take it for what it is.
And I will.
And it comes wrapped in leukemia. Okay, like here you go.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Damn, that's fucking wild, bro. I mean, like I said, hey, listen, blessings come in many different forms. Sorry to hear that, but car looks fly. He ain't gonna use it. He ain't gonna need it. Like, I mean, just keep it funky.
Oh wow.
You ain't gonna be dipping up.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna be dipping up there. He's straight, dog.
Dipping in fofos. He don't need those 100-spoke rims.
Ooh, man.
He don't need them no more.
I haven't seen live 100 spokes in quite a while, so that'd be I'm sure that shit is real nice.
I didn't count every spoke, so you know.
got the replica spokes.
he got the 76.
He got the 77
spokes
on them downtown LA spokes. Like shit.
But man, hey, speaking of passing away, man, hey, today was one of those days, man.
Yeah, man. First the fucking Chicken Wing King that we thought was gonna pass away last week, and now we got Craig Mack, literally passed today in the morning from congenital heart failure. And I would say maybe no more than half an hour ago, you broke the story. Fuck it, we're just gonna say you broke the story. Stephen Hawking passed away from complications of his ALS, his Lou Gehrig's disease.
Man, that was really. I'm kind of still in a little bit of shock, man, because I really love, like, when people talk about space and when I try to learn about it, and he was like the godfather of that right now, you know, like he contributed so much to astronomy and, you know, aerospace and physics that it's a big loss, man. It's a big loss to those communities and to, you know, trying to get off of this fucking planet, dog.
Yeah, man, and I know them flat earthers must be happy as fuck right now. I'd be like, he was a fucking lie anyway. He was just a mole planted by the fucking CIA to fuck with everyone.
Math is a lie.
Math is a lie. But yeah, man, that's fucking wild, man. Like, rest in power to both Craig Mack, who provided flavor in your ear amongst many other things of being the first person signed to Bad Boy, and Stephen Hawking, who, you know, has given countless amount of just time and effort, and he gave us a lot, you know what I mean? So that's wild, yo. That's very two odd ends of the spectrum. When you go from like, yo, Craig Mack died, yo, Stephen Hawking died, like, oh shit, word. But Craig Mack died, like, yeah, well,
oh boy.
Yeah. But anyway, listen, man, hey, Stephen Hawking is gonna be up there rolling on spokes and shit up in heaven. Living his life.
Yo, Eb, wow, he's going to heaven and he don't even get a walk?
Oh yeah, you're right. That'd be kind of fucked up, right? You go up to heaven, it's like, nah, you still not gonna walk, but yo, listen, we got you this dope ass fucking wheelchair. This shit's all gold.
Yo, you wrong, dog. You are wrong. Oh man, but hey, something else that happened recently, and I kind of told you, I filled you in about it a little bit, and I actually put a poll up on Twitter. So Eb, I got these tickets, man. I got these tickets to a NASCAR event for this Sunday.
Don't go.
And I kind of want to go.
Don't go.
I kind of want to go.
Don't go.
Look, I'm hesitant for obvious reasons. That I'm gonna be vastly outnumbered. I mean, and there's gonna be a lot of mega hats. I get it. I know it.
Yeah. I mean,
it worries me though, because I've only seen one mega hat out in the wild, Ed. and seriously, I was like shocked. I was perplexed. I'm like, word?
Oh shit! You got like you got the dead stock MAGA hat. Oh shit! Is that the Supreme version? Like, oh fuck!
You got the red box.
Oh shit! Would you cop that at? Like, oh shit! I stood in line for 9 hours to cop this one. Like, oh damn, dog. I mean, like I said, it's not as bad as you think, but it is as bad as you think. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'll tell you this much though. They're there early as fuck, and they are tailgating the shit out of the entire day. That's all they're doing is just fucking drinking. I mean, what can you do? You know, you can't sit for fucking 5 hours watching a car go in circles. You know what I mean? So all you can really do is drink, talk shit, and get drunk. And that's what they do. I mean, again, it's not like a Raiders tailgate. And I'm not sure if you've been to a Raiders tailgate, but those get pretty wild.
Ed, but that's what worries me, Ed. The potential drunk racist is the worst racist.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm not saying they're all racist, Ed. I'm not saying they're all racist.
You're still in California.
But I'm in San Bernardino County.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're making it seem as though San Bernardino is only made up of racist individuals. It's not.
No. I'm not saying that.
There's a grip of Mexicans out there.
there is a group of Mexicans, and there is gonna be some Latina singers singing at one of the like side tents or something like that.
Ana Gabriel, Gloria Trevi gonna be there.
Nah. It's gonna be the daughter of one of those. What was her name?
Jenny Rivera.
Paulina Rubio.
What's her name? Paulina Rubio.
Nah, it's not her. What's the one that passed away?
Jenny Rivera.
Jenny Rivera. Her daughter is gonna be singing there.
What's her name?
Chiquis Rivera.
Chiquis. Okay. How'd you get these tickets, by the way? First of all.
So actually, the fam went to Cardenas, which is a Mexican supermarket.
Why is a Mexican supermarket giving away NASCAR tickets? That is just very...
Because the I don't know what you call it, stadium, the car stadium, whatever the fuck you call
raceway.
it, is here. The raceway
gotcha.
is here in Fontana.
Gotcha.
So I think on top of that, with the Mexican singer, you know, bam,
they're trying to push it.
Tickets.
They're trying to push it. I see it. I see what NASCAR is trying to do, trying to tap into the Mexican market. Okay.
See, the reason why I'm kind of interested, Eb, is because I felt this way about hockey. Right?
Yeah, okay.
I felt this way about hockey, and then when I went to go watch my first hockey game,
loved it.
I became an instant fan. I liked it. I fucks with hockey, but I don't think I'm gonna be a fan of NASCAR, no matter how interesting it is.
I mean, like I said, you can't really watch cars go in circles for that long. I mean, they be fucking zooming, dog. I'm talking about you just like, whoa.
I'm not gonna be a fan of a car, dog. Like, cause the car's doing the work, not the fucking driver. Dog.
I mean, you could be fan. You could be a fan of a car. You could be a fan of a car.
Anyway.
You could be a fan of a car, dog. Chill.
Yeah, fucking Knight Rider, dog.
You were just talking shit about a fucking El Camino on 100 spokes, Vic. How you tell me you can't be a fan of a car? How can you not be a fan of a car?
Okay, not a sports fan.
That's true.
How about that?
Oh man, I love so and so. Yeah, he drives that car really well. What?
he makes really good left turns.
Yo, the way
over and over.
The way he hits that sharp turn around the corner, boy, then he starts.
They're not even sharp turns. They're fucking rounded as fuck turns.
I'll tell you this much though. As much shit as we talking about, I can guarantee you it's a lot harder than one thinks. I mean, it's not like you're just dipping in a fucking Ford Focus. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure it's a lot more. It's a lot harder than just that. So, otherwise, these people probably wouldn't be getting paid a lot of money.
Hey, if Vin Diesel could do it, I could do it.
I live my life a quarter mile a minute.
All right, Ed, man. Well, before we get into the stories, man, anything exciting, anything new pop up in your life?
Nah, man. Just I thought I had throat cancer for a little bit over the weekend.
Oh fuck!
And it turned out to be that. I'm blessed. And
I'm glad I didn't have to get one of those airbrush shirts, dog, with your face on it.
Get the all white Air Force Ones with my fucking name on it and shit. Rest in peace, Eb. Yo, man, them long white tee too, just to bring it back. Nah, man, I'm good, man. Just trying to, I wasn't feeling too well, but feeling a little bit better, drinking my water, so I'm good to go. I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci, as the kids say.
Gucci. All right. So let's get right into it, Ed. So we had some sad news about hip hop, right, with the Craig Mack thing.
Yeah.
But then we had some outrageous, preposterous, ridiculous.
You start with that shit today.
Ridiculous.
Herpopotamus.
Yeah, perplexing,
superplexing.
Absurd.
Oh shit. He's going for it all, sir. Ravishing Rick Rude with the perplexing finish.
So Lil Xanax, let's just get it right. Lil Xanax came up with some fucking Lil Xanax. I'm sorry, we should call him by his legal full name. Lil Xanax. Lil Xanax was interviewed, and he came out with this statement. Tupac was boring.
Oh shit.
End quote.
It's like, how do you, at what point do we start, like, why, first of all, why are we asking fucking drug addicts what they think about Tupac and Biggie? You know what I mean?
No. Okay. No. You see?
Oh no, yeah.
This is where I get involved because they should be asking him about this.
But they're drug addicts, Vic. They're never gonna have something smart to say.
Don't matter. All musicians are drug addicts.
No, but these guys are like drug addicts. You know what I mean?
Come on, dog. Hey, heroin use is rampant in the music world.
I heard heroin makes you a better guitarist. That's all.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway,
but I'm not gonna take it. Anyway, what I'm saying is these are questions that should be asked, not because they have to like the music, right, from the past, but because it's important to know the past of the genre or of the history of the career you're going into. You gotta respect it. You don't have to like it. You gotta respect it.
At the very least, respect it.
Yeah,
I get you. So basically, what ended up happening was Lil Xanax was interviewed and asked to rank things from 1 to 10, right? All from face tattoos, which he has. He doesn't have a lot, but he looks like a fucking moron. To Beethoven, to Pac. And face tattoos were 8, I guess. Beethoven, he gave a 9. And when they asked him Tupac, he gave him a 2. And the worst part about it...
2 for Tupac, dog.
2 for Tupac. Yeah, you would think, right? But the worst part about it was he was asked, and I think when he said 2, whoever was interviewing kind of looked at him like, what? Like what? Sure? Yeah. And, what do you mean? And he gave one of the most young-minded, drug-addicted, dumb fuck answers, which is what? He's right. Like, you sound like a bitch, my man. Number one. And you're talking about Tupac, one of the most iconic, most influential, whether you like him or not, rappers of all time. He gave you everything. He gave you movies. He gave you feelings. He gave you thug shit. Gave you poetry. Anything you can think of for the culture. Without Tupac, there is no opportunity for a dumb fucking idiot like you to go out and start making music and get paid what you're getting paid. You know what I mean? Like, these people paved the way, just like fucking Run DMC did for Pac, or NWA did for Pac. You know what I mean? So again, you don't have to like the music. I'm like, no one. I don't think anyone is upset that he doesn't like the music or these kids don't know the music.
Yeah.
But if you don't like it, that's cool. You just say, hey, you know what? It's not really my cup of tea, but he did a lot for hip hop, man. He did a lot for hip hop.
Or just say that was before my time. I didn't really get into him. You know, I think it was a generational thing. I see his influence, but you know, I really wasn't into it.
Damn, Vic, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like a lot to put on someone.
I know that's a lot for a drug addict to articulate.
Exactly.
But I get it. I like, you can keep it somewhere in that ballpark. I'm not saying he has to say that verbatim, but keep it in that ballpark. But you know what? It was before my time, but I know his influence. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, like, you know,
all you gotta say.
And the worst thing about it is that he just has too many fucking teeth, dog. Like, straight up and down. Like, if he was in the Bing, he looked like he'd be getting passed around left and right, dog, because he got a big fucking mouth. He's every time I see this kid, I hope and wish someone slaps the shit out of him. And
man.
I started thinking, Vic, I was like, listen, why are all these whack-ass rappers' music no more than like 2 minutes long? Like, every single song these guys put out, 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And I'm like, they don't have any fucking substance. They don't have anything to talk about. There's only so many times you can say yeah on a fucking record, dog, before it's like, all right, we gotta move on to the next one. You know what I mean? And how the fuck do you look being in the game? I mean, this kid's what? Fucking maybe a year and a half, 2 years where he's actually popping. How the fuck do you have the balls and the fucking unmitigated gall to just say, yeah, Tupac is boring? No, motherfucker, your fucking music is boring. Your music is garbage. It's fucking trash, bro. Like, the problem is that Tupac has influence, even 21 years later, Vic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This motherfucker's gonna pop for the next 4 years until these kids realize that they need to actually make money to pay for a house, and they can't be fucking doing drugs every day to get a house. So when these people go to college and they graduate and they actually gotta fucking pay bills, dog, what the fuck is Lil Xanax gonna do? What is Lil Xan gonna do, dog? He's gonna have all these fucking face tattoos and he's still gonna be wearing a beanie at 45?
Oh shit. A little Xan beanie.
A little dog. Every time I see this fucking kid, bro, I'm just like, someone needs to put hands on this kid. Someone.
I gotta say, he does have one of those very punchable faces.
He has a very punchable face.
Yeah,
he has that. Yeah. He has that super Eli, and I'm hoping that we can move away from having that Eli in your eye to talk about a guy who looks like a bitch, and just say you got that little Xan in your eye.
You got the nah, man. I think it's gonna be Eli forever, man. He got that twinkle that's just super soft.
That's true. You know what's funny is that Lil Xan's actually Mexican, and he's from like Visalia or some shit like that. He's from California.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, they're making us look bad. Him and Tekashi are making my people look bad.
Dog, hey, listen, it's the movement of white Mexicans. You got Little Pump, you got Little Xan, you got what's the other clown you just met? Tekashi 6ix9ine. Yo, I don't know, dog. You guys are out here.
Man, hey, I'm not claiming those guys.
The whiter the Mexican, the better, apparently.
I guess, dog. If you have rainbow hair and fucking face tattoos. Man, I can't fuck with these guys, alright?
Look at these Chicanos on the rise.
Oh god. I get it. His music's not for me. I get it. But that's what's gonna make this guy not have longevity. If you don't know the past of your art form, you're not gonna have longevity. It's the bottom line.
I don't think these guys care about the art form, though. That's a problem.
And that's fine. That's fine. But they're gonna fizzle out, and this guy's gonna be, a burger flipper that once had some dough in his pocket.
I mean,
and he squandered it all. So
I don't want to wish negativity on no one, dog. You know what I mean?
I don't want to, but that's what it's gonna be. Like, if you don't make the right moves, like realistically, not all of these guys are gonna have a long career. And there's telltale signs. Not knowing your history is one of them.
Yeah.
Kendrick knows his history. That's why I can see him in 5 years putting out an album that's gonna be hot. And I can't see Lil Xan putting out an album in 10 years or 5 years.
I mean, at the end of the day, though, Kendrick Lamar has a lot of talent. And not only that, he's just very musically inclined. These guys literally just put on a beat and just say the same shit 100 times. But it's literally a nursery rhyme.
But that's because Kendrick studies the art form, Eb.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to respect Pac. You don't have to respect Big. You don't got to respect Craig Mack. Rest in peace. But understand where your history is in your art form.
Right. I think, honestly, I just feel like most of these, I guess these media outlets that are interviewing these fucking cokeheads, why are you asking these guys about Tupac? Like, for real, like, stop asking these motherfuckers about Tupac.
I think they should have.
I don't think so. I think I know what they're doing. I know exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to just obviously get clickbait, because after he said it, then a bunch, like 3 other dumb motherfuckers came out talking shit about Tupac. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You guys just want to rile up the old heads and get upset. And listen, man, go ask this motherfucker about Jay-Z, because Jay-Z's a fucking icon in music. Why don't you ask? Like, I haven't heard anyone ask any of these fucking dope fiends what they think about Jay-Z. What do you think about Nas? What do you think about fucking T.I.? It's always like, yo, what do you think about Tupac? Because they know that Tupac, everyone has this soft area in their heart for Pac, right? Because no matter how you feel about him, he gave us something, right? Everyone really has strong feelings about Tupac because Tupac is that he's held in that regard, right? As this iconic rapper.
It's because he's on the like Mount Rushmore of hip hop.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Why are we asking Lil Xan what he thinks about Tupac? Like,
because he's the standard, Eb.
He's not the standard. He's not the standard.
Yes, it is.
He has a
Tupac is the standard.
Oh, I'm talking about Lil Xan.
Tupac is. What I'm saying is, if you're a basketball player, you're gonna ask, "Hey, what do you think of Michael Jordan? What was his influence on you?" And the guy's gonna be like, "You know what? I was really young. I didn't watch much of him, but he was a GOAT. But I watched Kobe. I watched LeBron." Well, if you ask a guitar player, "Hey, what do you think of Jimi Hendrix?" They're going to tell you, you know what? He has a big influence in the history of guitar playing.
Well, this is the problem. I think we're putting too much weight on these new age rappers, bro. I think we're making these guys...
That's why I think they should keep asking them these questions to expose these motherfuckers.
Nah, I think what we're doing is giving these guys way too much clout. They haven't done shit. Like, you ain't put no albums out, no classic material. You got like 6 songs on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, how does that now make you a benchmark for the rappers in this game? And why do we give a fuck what Lil Xan says? Like, I would feel worse if like J. Cole said it. I would feel worse if Drake said it. I would feel worse if Kendrick said it. Like, these are rappers that matter. I'm like, why are we wasting time talking about these motherfuckers? And with that,
they ain't got.
Why are we talking? They don't even have. Why are we talking this mother? Why are we talking about this fucker?
They don't even have albums. They have web links, dog. That's it.
And close your fucking mouth, you fucking hoe. I swear to God, man, every time I see this kid, look like Issa Rae, dog, with a beanie. Like, seriously, dog.
Damn. All right, man, enough of this fucking clown, dog. Enough of this clown.
Fucking drug addict. Speaking about another drug addict.
Oh, shit.
Yo, hey, I think one of the funniest things I've seen all last week was Johnny Mazel and Michael Rappaport.
Oh, yeah.
That shit had me. First of all, yo, listen, Michael Rappaport is an iconic shit talker. You know what I mean? And the one thing I love about him, he's just unapologetically a shit talker. He don't give a fuck.
He can hold his own, yeah.
He don't give a fuck about you, your mom, your uncle, your fucking wife, your kids. He'll talk shit about all of them if you come at him. Which is, listen, you come at somebody, all bets are off. The gloves are off. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I know New Yorkers, they love to shit talk. And they jump out the window with some of the shit they say. Very, very, very suspect, very borderline. But Johnny Mazel, for those who don't know, I guess Michael Rappaport parted ways with the Barstool Network. That's where his podcast was on. So he broke off from that. There's been back and forth, bunch of shit talking, and Michael Rappaport has been getting in some people's ass, and it's going back and forth. So Johnny Mazel started his little attack on Michael Rappaport, and Vic, listen, man, the shit that this man says, fucking priceless. It's gold. It's gold.
So it started with Johnny Mazel posting a picture of a T-shirt of him holding a T-shirt with Michael Rappaport's face on it with the clown nose, right?
And a herpy lip.
Yeah. And so what did Johnny Mazel? How did Michael Rappaport react?
Well, the first thing was that he went off on his ass, right? He called him a fucking cluckhead. He called him a fucking dope fiend. He said, "Yo, Johnny Mazel, you cluckhead bath salt sniffer. I told you before you need sweatshirts. It gets cold in Canada. You ain't playing in the NFL again, cluckhead. Take yourself to a meeting ASAP before you have a relapse. Saturdays are for the 12-step meetings."
Damn.
To which Johnny Mazel replied like a true hoe. This is exactly what hoes do. Is they want to make sure that they want to make sure that they get that soft side of you and making you feel bad so that you jump on their side. That's
play the victim card.
That's cool, man. You can make fun of AA, mental health, whatever helps you sleep at night. I'm doing what I have to do to not be an asshole anymore. You should try it. Life's better on this side. Well, Michael Rappaport said, fuck all that. He's like, this ain't Good Morning America, you fake ass do good. You're still an asshole. Stay out of Vegas, you chump. Bum ass pill popper. You started talking shit to me and now you're copping feelings. Stay out of Vegas, you bum you. This is Rudy, worthy of bath salt habit. And hey, listen. we go on for days, but basically Johnny Mazel just came back saying, you know, I came at you, I put on a shirt with you, blah, 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 blah. So I guess the question that I have, or the question that we have is, did Michael Rappaport go too far? Is Johnny Mazel trying to better his life? Did he overreact? I guess is the question.
Well, let us know at buffet_boys on Twitter. We can let y'all know what the reactions are. But my interpretation of this my reaction to this is no, just like last week. If it's funny, it's fucking funny.
Yeah, and in this case, I don't feel bad for this guy at all. Fuck Johnny Mazel.
No, yeah, the reason why I don't feel bad for him is he beat his girlfriend. He squandered opportunities that people would kill for. Mm-hmm. He acts like an asshole all the time.
He acts very entitled, and I'll tell you why he acts entitled in just a minute. But continue.
And you can't just wipe all that away with saying, "Oh, I'm trying to get better now." Look, I'm willing to give him a chance to become a better person. I mean, not that I need to, right? but I mean, I'm, you know, just like anybody deserves a second chance, right? But it doesn't mean we're going to be like, okay, that's it, we're forgetting everything. Nah, what you did is what you did. And if you show that you are actually trying to change as a person, then that's when you get a change of attitude from everyone else.
Absolutely. Now, I came to find out that Johnny Mazel comes from a very wealthy family.
Of course.
And I mean wealthy as wealthy. So in my mind, I started thinking, yo, when this guy hit the NFL, this motherfucker thought he was just going to go in there, Johnny fucking football, this and that. Nah, motherfucker, you ain't got that 4.5, that 4.3, that 4.2 speed. You thought you was outrunning Division III football players, my man. You ain't outrunning no motherfucking Richard Sherman, dog. He's gonna fucking hawk on your ass. And you couldn't cut it. And you couldn't fucking cut it. End of story. You couldn't cut it. And in this case, listen, dog. If you and I have a show, right, and we got beef with another show, right, and then some fucking random guy who's not even part of the show, who may bang with them, you know, may fuck with them, he wears a shirt of you doing some very suspicious shit, or maybe some rumored shit, like let's say you were a fucking cokehead or some shit, and they got a picture of you sniffing coke, right? It's not you. All bets are off, dog. That means that you have jumped into the ring. You tagged yourself in, right? So
that's beef, yeah.
It is what it is. So you go catch all the heat. Don't try to backtrack and now say, oh, well, you know, I mean, if that's what you want to do for someone who's trying to change his life, nah, fuck you. All right. If you listen, if you were really changing your fucking life, you wouldn't even be getting into any petty bullshit like that. You'd be doing something else. You'd be far removed from something like that. But you decided to wear a shirt of Vic snorting coke. So listen, the gloves are off. And it's time for us to get in your ass. So I don't see absolutely anything wrong. I don't give a fuck if you just you're born again fucking Christian. If you're changing and you fucking going to meetings and you're trying to work on yourself. Listen, dog, don't pull out the sympathy card. Don't fucking pull it. I hate people like that, dog. Don't throw rocks and then
kind of a bitch move.
Yeah, don't throw stones and hide your hand, dog. Okay,
I've heard that before.
You know what I mean? Don't throw stones in a glass house and then try to, or whatever the fuck, dog. Don't start talking shit and try to act like, you know,
it sounded good and then you fucked it all the way up.
You know what I'm trying to say? The point is, you can't go out here talking a gang of shit and then try to backpedal and be like, well, no, why me? Nah, fuck
like,
you.
What? Why me?
You got to catch all the smoke. And I don't think there's absolutely anything wrong, regardless of what you're going through. If you're going through something, hey, sorry, I feel bad for you. But the minute you come out talking shit, all that shit's out the window, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if you on dialysis. I don't give a fuck if you got leukemia.
That's just ammo. Yeah. That's just fuel to the fire.
So I'm saying, like, if your kid got a cleft lip, he catching the smoke too. All of it.
Well, that's the whole thing. If you're gonna start beef, you better be clean. Because the more shit you have on you, I'm gonna use all of it.
All of it, dog.
All of it. All
of it, and then some. So I personally, I don't think he went, because there's a lot of people out here who be like, yo, you know what, Michael Rappaport should have. Nah, kill that. Fuck all that.
Out of here.
You might catch the smoke too for being a bitch. So
seriously. Yeah. All right, man. So So I want to hear what everybody has to say about this. Make sure you once again send your comments to buffet_boys on Twitter and let us know. And I think we're going to take a little break for a message from the UML Network.
Hey you guys, it's me, Cliche from The Girl Knows Curls.
And this is Samantha, the lifestyle creator of The Real Girlfriend Experience.
And we are Dualistic. Girl, I need you to relax. Relax, Samantha.
Hey, you know, I gotta do extra. You know I always do that. However, tune in to Samantha and Cliche on Dualistic Podcast every Wednesday at 8 a.m. on urbanmogullife.com for the latest episode, and make sure you follow us on Twitter at Dualistic.
And as always,
we are
Gemini as fuck.
Bye.
Bye, you guys.
So, there's been a lot of things that have been happening on Twitter lately. A lot of people getting spicy with celebrities, and I think we need to dive right in. Your boy, and my boy, your boy and my boy, Mr. Bruno Mars.
Ooh, Bruno. Okay.
Has caught a lot of heat in the last week or so due to claims of appropriation.
When I heard this, I was like, who? Like, you know, when you read something, you kind of like, what? Am I reading that right? Like, I thought I read it where it wasn't about Bruno Mars. It was about someone else that included Bruno Mars. But then as I read it again, I'm like, Bruno Mars, cultural wait, what? Like, nah. And then I saw the video, and this girl was going in. You know what I mean? And she made some valid points.
Such as?
However, well, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Some of it made sense to me. But the biggest part about it was basically saying that Bruno Mars has no talent, and that all he does, that basically a karaoke singer.
Ooh. Okay.
And so, listen, man. Let me get this out of the way completely. Just because you speak with conviction does not make something a fucking fact. Okay? Just because you're putting your fucking heart and soul into something and it sounds good doesn't mean that
you're
it's
right.
a fact.
Doesn't mean you're right.
It's a fucking opinion.
Yeah.
So I get it. Listen, everyone can have any type of feeling that they want. You know, you can say Bruno Mars is whack. I don't really fuck with his music. The same thing we said about Pac. You don't like his music, you can respect it. But to say that he has no fucking talent, to say he's a fucking karaoke singer, basically saying he's a prefabricated entertainer who was just put out here, go ahead, this is someone else's song, you sing it. And then on top of that, throw in the fact that all he's doing is culturally appropriating something.
Woo!
That's a lot. And if I was Bruno Mars, I'd be like, I'd be sitting there like, whoa, what the fuck? Wait, whoa.
Where's this coming from? What?
Whoa. You getting caught with a 3-piece and no biscuit, sir. Man, listen, I understand the point that she was trying to make, and for the most part, some of it is true. Removing Bruno Mars out of that. Now, has she taken Bruno Mars and said, you know what? Let me scratch this out real quick. What do they call that, Vic? That mark when you misspell something and you put like a little. It's almost like a little. It's like an A without the dash in the middle, and you put another letter instead.
You got me lost, Star. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
You're an idiot. All right. Anyway, the point is.
Wow.
The point is, she should have done that, and instead of having Bruno Mars, she should have put fucking Post Malone. Because had she said that, I would have been rocking with her the entire way. Okay, keep it funky, Vic. Keep it funky. If she takes Bruno Mars out and she puts Post Malone in, does that argument that she's making make a little more sense?
It holds a lot of water, but
there you go.
I thought this was interesting for the very reason that we have talked about in the past. Now you're just exchanging names, right? So wouldn't they have the same outcome essentially?
What?
Shouldn't they have the same outcome essentially? You say that Post Malone is an appropriator, according to you. Wouldn't Mr. Bruno Mars be an appropriator too?
No, because
According
Bruno
to you.
Mars actually has talent. He's Puerto Rican, so technically, when you look at it, he's Afro-Caribbean. He's technically black. Although the Jewish part, does the Jewish part kind of wash that out?
It kind of cancels a little bit of it out. I don't know.
Is that kind of like, yeah, they kind of, it's like water and vinegar. They just don't match. So let's just take that out.
But he's also Filipino, though. He's also Filipino.
I mean, Filipinos
Give
are
him
basically,
a little taste. It gives a little flavor, a little taste.
I'll tell you, listen, hey, Filipinos are like, yo, they are like the balance of black and Hispanic. Like, that's just what they are. But again, it's just kind of like, no, because I don't think Post Malone I don't think he's talented. I think he's I've already given you plenty of reasons and facts as to why he would be why he's a culture vulture. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Bruno Mars specifically. And I don't think and I don't think most people think that Bruno Mars is appropriating the culture. For one, he gives it, he's constantly bigging up the African American community.
Yep.
Always. And I'm not sure if you've seen his shows, but this guy is an entertainer. The guy has talent. The guy makes music. The guy writes music.
So,
you know what I mean?
So, here's where I'm conflicted, right?
Okay.
I really like Bruno, right? And he uses his voice as an instrument, and he's really good at doing it. I think he does have a good voice, and he can dance his ass off, right? But the point of being a prepackaged thing has a little validity to it. A little bit, right? It holds a little bit of water. He does have songs written for him. He's essentially like, he's like a male.
He's like Beyonce.
He's like a male Beyonce. I kind of want to say, like they write some of their shit, right? They write some of their shit, but it's prepackaged beats, it's prepackaged lyrics, it's prepackaged songs almost entirely.
But Vic, almost every artist, every huge artist, black, white, and everything in between, has had music written for them.
Absolutely. I think that's where kind of in my brain you go from being a legitimate like legend, right? A potential legend in his case, because if he keeps doing what he's doing, he could be remembered for a long time, right? But somebody that gets it all done for them and all they're contributing is the ability to deliver it is a little questionable for me.
So then you don't like Michael Jackson.
As far as music is concerned, that's one of my biggest gripes with Michael Jackson. That's one of my biggest gripes with him. That's why, in my opinion, Prince is 100 times better than Michael Jackson.
Okay, but do you discredit Michael Jackson for what he brought to the table, for what he is and who he is?
I'm not even discrediting Bruno Mars, because he does bring something to the table, right? But as far as saying like Michael is the best of all time, I don't agree. Because of the fact that he had so much done for him, instead of him being the person and then having it refined after. It's the other way around. It's everything was refined first for these artists, and then they add their thing. They add their portion to it. So it's hard, but to say that he's a culture vulture, I don't think Bruno Mars deserves to be called that. I respect him, and for the fact that he's been grinding it since he was like 6 years old. He sang at a Pro Bowl, as like a 6-year-old.
So, all right. So then, if you are making the case for this guy doing this for almost since he was a fucking child. How can you say that he's this prefabricated, packaged individual who's just put out here to make fucking music? Here you go ahead and do it. He's obviously been doing it for such a long time, dog, that the way he dances, the way he sings, he's written music. There's tons of songs that he's written for other people.
I think it's more of the fact of the way a lot of the like pop music is written nowadays.
Well, that's a completely different story, though.
That's
a completely different story.
That's why I can get around saying, like, you know what? Like, I can respect what he does, but it ain't real to me. To me, it ain't real. Like, I can enjoy it.
Okay, all right, but we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is Bruno Mars appropriating culture, and specifically in this case, black culture, with music. Because I find it really hard pressed to say, well, if he can't do it, then I guess, like, I don't know. I mean, I know there's odd ends of the spectrum, right? In cases where it's just like, in my opinion, Post Malone is 100% taken away from the culture. He's never really been a part of the culture. He was prefabricated. He can sing. He put some beats together. He's not even a part of it. I can almost guarantee you in the next 5 to 10 years, he's probably going to be doing fucking country westerns, and he's not even going to be a part of it. Bruno Mars, on the other hand, has been singing R&B. He's been singing soul. He's been dancing, like you said, almost his entire fucking life. Yeah. That's all he's done, right? So,
yo, he's 32, again, by the way. So if he's been doing it since he was 6, that's a lot of years. Right? Yeah, that's over 20 years. Yeah, it's over 20 years.
Again, I understand what the young lady was trying to get at, which is, most of what you're saying is absolutely 100% true. There's a lot of music, and there's a lot of people, and a lot of people in the culture that come in. They make as much money as they can, get the fuck out. They live the life without really necessarily living the life. She got into this whole issue about how black people love to see white people do their music. I don't necessarily agree with that. Again, everybody has their own opinion on that.
I think musicians love to see talented musicians do their music.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's not Bruno Mars, well, who do you want to see up there? Because Chris Brown is making all types of fucking music, except he just made some really Chris Brown could have been the Bruno Mars and Michael Jackson in one. But I think dance. He can dance his ass off. He can sing his ass off. He's fucking ass load of talent. But he made some very fucked up decisions and some questionable decisions that really never gave him that next. And he's still, you know what I mean? Like, he's still there.
Yeah.
But
in the background, but he's there.
To say that Bruno Mars is appropriate, and I'm just like, why Bruno Mars out of everyone?
Because he's popping, dog. Because he's popping and it gets clicks.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. But I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, how do you?
So what's your verdict? What's the final verdict, Ed? Because my final verdict is he's not. He's doing his thing, and I think he's showing the respect to the culture that it deserves. Actually, if you're gonna be doing it this way, he's doing it right.
And me too. Okay. Listen, if Bruno Mars was ever pulled over, I'm sure they're not gonna be like, oh well, you're one of us. No. Bruno Mars, to be 100% honest with you, I didn't know what Bruno Mars was until I found out. Just recently. You know what I mean? What, Puerto Rican? What was it, Cambodian? No, not Cambodian. Filipino?
He's Filipino. Cambodian? What the fuck?
Filipino.
He's okay, so he's 50%. His dad was 50% Puerto Rican and 50% Ashkenazi. Damn, that sounds fucking dumb as fuck. Ashkenazi Jewish. And his mother was Filipino. All the way.
That's wild.
That's a mix, dog. And that's Hawaii for you. And that's another thing. He's from fucking Hawaii. Have y'all talked to people from the island? This shit, it's not easy for the people that live there. That shit's rough. He's lived through some shit. Jesus.
Well, I think the verdict is, I don't think Bruno Mars is appropriating shit.
Not guilty.
Post Malone, lock that motherfucker up, throw away the key, give that motherfucker 375 years.
Yeah. Okay, so that was one Twitter dust up that happened for you British listeners. Dust up. But another thing that was popping up, Tiffany Haddish was catching some heat.
So listen, I don't know if it's necessarily catching heat. Well, yeah, she caught some
got
heat,
a little
but
heat.
you know, there was a little stuff out there, you know, and I kind of wanted to jump in the mix myself because I just didn't agree with it. I didn't understand it. Basically, the gist of the story is that a couple people, and in my particular case, one individual who felt that Tiffany Haddish was doing entirely too much at the Grammys and just in general.
Not the Grammys, the Oscars. The Oscars.
Sorry, the Oscars. Basically saying that Tiffany Haddish needs to level up, and that Tiffany Haddish needs to conduct herself in a less ghetto manner, I guess, if that's as eloquently as I could put it. But basically saying that she's too extra, she's too ghetto, and that she needs to level up because she's in the limelight now.
Essentially trying to say that she's being like a stereotype. Right?
Actually, exactly saying that she's playing up to the stereotype.
So there's a problem with that line of thinking, Ed, because when we think of generalities of what a culture, what people are, we fall into the idea that they seem this way, they seem that way, when everyone is different and every race spans the personalities that everyone else could have, from tame to brash to crazy to really relaxed and calm. Every group of people has that. We're all diverse, and when you try to stick, people of color into a certain way of, which she's saying like, okay, you're falling into that stereotype. It's also pigeonholing her that way, that she can't be that way because you don't like it. Like, that's who she is. She's not. I don't think she's putting up a facade and trying to ham it up. That's who she is.
Yeah.
How old did you say she was? She's like 30-something, 40-something?
40. She's damn near 40. She's 38 years old, man. Listen, Tiffany Haddish is who Tiffany Haddish is going to be. Okay?
And she's,
number one.
And she's popping. So even if she is hamming it up, why the fuck is she gonna fuck with her money? Why the fuck?
Listen, man, I was just as appalled at what I heard.
Not guilty, Eb. Not guilty. I'm coming out right now.
I mean, listen, Tiffany Haddish, fucking listen, everything that she's done has gotten her to this point.
Yep.
Why the fuck would she want to change that? And it's just like, and then there was a couple, they gave out a couple examples. Look at Oprah, look at this person, look at that person. I'm like, yo, Tiffany Haddish has been popping for like a year and a half. 1 fucking year and a half. Like, can you let this fucking girl get a little money? Let her get her shine. Let her know what it feels like to get money and then fucking level up. But and if she doesn't, who gives a fuck? That's who she is. If you're fucking hood, you're hood. Why do you have to fucking code switch just to appeal to fucking white media?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. You are who you are. And if they listen, at the end of the day, you go where you're appreciated. If they don't want to fucking give you what you're due, then don't. But they are. They obviously are. But I think the issue is I guess the point they're trying to make is, don't play up the stereotype of what people of color are on the show. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm gonna call it how it is. That's how we are. We got that. We got fucking hood ghetto individuals. We got very eloquent speaking individuals. Okay, the two dichotomies exist,
and we have hood
right in the middle.
And we have hood individuals that speak very well too. So they're all in between all those different points of view, and just let her be. What the fuck? It's just people, Eb. You know what it is? Haters gonna hate, Eb. It comes.
We need to come up with it. We really need to come up with something different, because I hate the way that shit sounds.
It's tried and true, Eb. It's tried and true. If you get a little shine, Eb, someone's gonna try to kick some dirt on you.
Well, listen. Like, I don't think that's what they were shooting shots. I think genuinely shots. I think what they're genuinely trying to say is, yo, listen, this girl is in the limelight, right? She's at the, and then he was trying to make the point that, yo, you're at these white award shows and they only want to invite people when they're playing up to the stereotype. And I would agree if Tiffany Haddish was Oprah, right? And when she got on TV, she was out here fucking shucking and jiving and acting hood and fucking mispronouncing people's names and, you know, that type of shit. That's different, right? If you know Oprah to be who Oprah is, but when she's on camera, she's Tiffany Haddish.
Now, I will
That's
say this,
different.
Ed. I will say this about the whole situation. That shit that they did on the Oscars, it lasted a little too long, and it wasn't funny.
Okay, and that's fine.
Right.
But again, you can make that point. But to say that Tiffany Haddish is doing too much and that she needs to level up, no, you got to let that girl be whoever the fuck she is, because she's been doing that shit for the last 10 years.
Not
and
guilty.
it got her
Not
where
guilty.
she's at.
Not guilty. Ed.
Stamped it. Done. Move.
Not guilty.
Tiffany Haddish. And hey, yo, listen. They let fucking 3-6 Mafia win a fucking Oscar, and they went up there
Hood as shit.
looking like they just walked out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, dog.
Okay, they had fucking Air Force Ones, fucking long T-shirts, sunglasses. They had the fucking robot
Gleaming
holding the
grills.
fucking Oscar. Yeah, fucking Juicy J and
There you
fucking
go.
DJ Paul with his little hand, dog. He didn't give a fuck, dog. They were out there.
Got the strong hand, dog. Oh,
So
shit.
at the end of the day, you gotta let these people be whoever the fuck they are, and if that's who they are, they ain't gotta level up, man. 40 years old, you really think Tiffany Haddish is gonna change at 40? No, you are who you are. I like it. I like genuine people. I don't really like to code switch. I understand why people have to code switch. I get it, but if she doesn't have to and she don't want to, more power to you. Do you?
Yep. Ah, man. So another not guilty. We with her. We fucking with her. Stamped. Bam.
Stamped. Bomb.
Okay, Eb, so we still, you know, we fuck with Tiffany Haddish. But speaking of comedians, Eb, you made
I gave you this.
You made a recommendation.
I gave you this recommendation.
You made a recommendation last week, and I'm not having it, Eb. Your recommendation levels have been downgraded.
Have I been revoked? Oh, downgraded.
Downgraded,
Been
not revoked.
Okay.
You got downgraded because that shit. You're on probation right now, Eb. Because you told me
not even a warning.
Nah,
oh, you go straight.
you got downgraded.
You worse than the man.
Oh shit! So you told me to go watch Marlon Wayans stand-up special, Eb.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I
This shit
did.
was hilarious.
I did. This shit was boring.
Nah.
This shit. Eb, you know what? I even was like, oh shit, okay, so it's good. Eb recommended it. Gave it the seal of approval. I went to go get some.
The stamp.
I went to go get some popcorn. Eb got all ready for a good ass time. Eb, that shit was garbage.
Boo boo.
I like Marlon, but he ain't a stand up, man. He ain't stand up, Eb.
I think it was actually pretty. So, dog, you don't like getting your gooch licked, dog. You wasn't cool with the gooch licking.
I don't care about people making jokes about that, dog. But it
just wasn't funny to you.
It wasn't.
Was it funny to you, dog?
Look,
damn, Vic out here. Vic is vanilla as fuck right now. You don't like
say,
getting his gooch licked, ladies. You don't like it. He likes having sex with the lights off and his shirt on.
Look, to say that there was no funny parts would be insincere, right? There was some funny shit.
It can't be Boo Boo.
He's funny, like
it can't be Boo Boo then.
Nah, he's a funny guy, but at best he got a.
Get out of here.
I kid you not, Ed. I was vastly disappointed, and I wanted to like it.
Damn. So you gave it a shot, but it was just
on a scale from 1 to 10, Ed, I give it like a 3.
A 3?
Yeah, it's like a 3.
Nah,
maybe a 4. Maybe a 4. I'll give it a 4. How about a 4?
You bugging. I give that stand up a solid 7, sir.
No,
a solid 7.
Hell no.
A solid 7.
Nah,
a solid
I'm
7.
good.
He gave you jokes.
I need to reevaluate the all the privileges I've been giving you with recommendations, because a 7, you're bugging, dog. You're bugging.
No.
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Really?
So if that's a 7, that Chris Rock must be like a 12 then.
Nah, it was like a good 8.
Oh,
8.5.
hell no. All right, dog. I can't get You lost your privileges.
All right.
That's it. You lost your privileges.
Let me
You messed up by
downgrade the Marlon stand up to a 6. Let me downgrade it to a 6. Let me downgrade it to a 6, and then let me move. And I'm moving Chris Rock to 8.5. How about that?
That's a little better. Okay. You got your.
But to say it's
your probation
3
privileges back.
Did you get fucking 3? Come on, man.
All right, a 4. I'll give it a 4. That's as far as I can. That's as comfortable as I can be.
Well, the question for y'all is this Marlon Wayans special. I think the shit was actually really good. Vic thinks it was fucking garbage.
Yep.
What do y'all think?
Tell us on Buffet_boys on Twitter.
I want to know what that Monique special gonna be looking like.
Damn, imagine she gonna get like a 1.
She gonna have. That's why they probably removed the fucking stars from.
Yes.
This is gonna have. It's just a bunch of thumbs down. Yep. We have to remove the thumbs up and thumbs down function because some people just gave it a thumbs down without even watching it.
So, Eb, from one person that sometimes acts like he could be on drugs to a story about drugs, Eb.
Okay.
Now, you and me are familiar with I should be careful when I say this because people they go. I don't want to incriminate myself because I'm not involved, but in California we have medical marijuana. We actually have recreational now too, but for the longest time in California and many other states have included medical marijuana as a medical, I don't want to say procedure, but treatment, right?
Right.
Well, in Albuquerque, New Mexico,
which is the fucking
don't give it away, but it's the capital of what this person said that she was getting as a medical treatment. Ginger Sharp of Albuquerque, New Mexico, was arrested on a probation violation due to failing her drug test, testing positive for methamphetamines, crystal meth.
Yo, how the fuck do you test positive for meth? Didn't that shit stay in your body for like 24 hours? Like you couldn't go fucking 2 days, man, without fucking hitting the glass? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
So okay. That doesn't sound abnormal yet, right? Like, okay, people smoke meth. Not people I want to hang out with, but people smoke meth.
Meth heads will smoke meth.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. In New Mexico.
The funny part is that she claimed to the officers that arrested her that she had a medical prescription given to her by a doctor for medical methamphetamines.
Get the fuck out of here.
And to top it all off, Eb, she had a pill bottle with a label for meth tablets. Meth tablets.
Yo.
I got it. You know what? I'm not one to usually give meth heads any kind of praise, but she went all the way with it. She had fake paperwork. She had a backstory. You know what? I give her a little bit of credit for this.
Hey, man, listen. You got to do what you got to do, man. But yo, come on, fucking medical. Like, who first gave you the prescription? Like, come on. This is like a bottle that someone fucking wrote on it and shit with crayons. Like,
has backwards R's and shit.
The fucking was that doctor Malaki Love or some shit like that? That fucking kid who's trying to act like he was a doctor.
Oh, he was
like Florida.
He was doing like pap smears and shit. Oh yeah.
Wow. You like that? Yeah.
Yo, Dr. Nick from The Simpsons. He went to upstairs Hollywood Medical College.
You know what's crazy though? It's like she didn't have to go through all that. She could have literally just not fucked with that. Just go one day without taking fucking meth and it flushes out of your system. Like, seriously.
The problem
That's
is
all you gotta do.
The problem is though, if she's on probation, she might be getting random tested, and if they're suspicious at any point, they can immediately ask for you to take a drug test. Damn. So the probation officer was probably like, you know what? I think you're on meth. I need you to take a test. You can't refuse it. Refusal gets you arrested. I don't know this
That's
from
what happens when you're on probation.
I just know this because I'm a curious person. Okay, I don't smoke meth. I'd be a lot skinnier if I smoke meth. So
nah, you just be up a lot eating. So
damn, no, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna eat more and I'm gonna be on meth. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, that just all the way fucked up.
All bad.
Oh my god, what a fucking clown.
But anyway, I thought that was a really interesting story, and I think that's gonna be it for us this week. I think that's it. That's all we got going.
I think that's it, dog. Wrapped up nicely, put in a bow for you. Here it is, episode 60.
Episode 60, and make sure you guys continue the conversation with us on Twitter, Buffet_Boys. We also have Instagram with the same tag. You can also catch us on buffetboyspodcast.tk. Because we can't afford the .com yet. Hey, shout out to the UML Network and to 2 new podcasts that we added recently. Awakened Soul Podcast and Love, Lust, and Badass Soul Podcast. Shout out to them one time. And that's it, man. That's all I got.
Yeah, you know what it is. Episode 60. We out here banging for the culture. Support your local minorities, people. Shout out to the UML Network. Shout out to Ruckus Radio Live. We going live, baby. You see it. We out here grinding. We doing big things. Big things. Sunday,
big man
2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. So if you got to go to church, don't go. Listen to us instead. We're giving you that gospel. We're giving you the shit that you want to listen to.
If you at church, listen to us anyways. We on the internet.
Yeah.
Your phone gets YouTube.
God wouldn't put us on the radio if he didn't want you to listen
there
to us.
Is.
You feel me?
There
So, hey, you know what it is? It was episode 60. Episode 60. We're going to be back next week as always. Podcasting for the culture. Bringing more knowledge for your brain, more culture for your soul, more bullshit for your week. It's your boy, the Salvadoran Sensation, Eb.
It's your boy, Vic.
Hey.